All right, section 11. We're going to talk about mandatory warranties, GPS, and fair market value decals. All right, sounds a little strange, but follow me through on this. Assembly Bill 1447 summary. First of all, do not bother memorizing that name. Assembly Bill 1447 or Federal Regulation Z, the name, or Civil Code section this or that. The names of the laws aren't important, okay? What's important is the rule, the idea behind it, right? There's actually only one law you will need to know by name. That's later in the course. And here's the funny part. You're going to need to remember the name. Why? Because the name is so bad is the whole problem with the law. But we'll get to that. All right. So what we're saying here is Assembly Bill 1447. If you're a buy here, pay here dealer, so we're doing our own financing, right? We're going to issue a 30-day or 1,000-mile warranty with our buy here, pay here vehicles. And this law limits the use of GPS and starter interrupt devices on every buy here, pay here vehicle sold. All right, so let's break this into two parts. First, the warranty, and then we'll get into the GPS. All right, warranty. So if you do buy here, pay here, you just sold your vehicle with a 30-day or 1,000-mile warranty. Warranty of what? What are you going to warranty? Well, the warranted items, if you scroll down, you will see them. It's a list where it says required warranted items 1 through 14. Those are the items you warranty, kind of like a powertrain and brake warranty. So if I sold you the car and I financed it, I sold it to you either, and I choose as the dealer, 30 days or 1,000-mile warranty, and let's say the transmission starts slipping, so you bring it back. That's a powertrain issue, right? So that would be covered. So I will either fix it for free or buy it back. That's the warranty you give when you do buy here, pay here, all right? Fix it for free or buy it back if it's one of those items and it's within the first 30 days or 1,000 miles and the dealer picks. All right. Second part of the rule limits the use of GPS and starter interrupt devices on every buy here, pay here vehicle sold. Okay. So here's the hot deal in the industry, right? If you're doing buy here, pay here, for about $50, you buy a GPS unit and you stick it under your car. Why? Because it's got a homing device on it. Why? Well, so down the road, if the buyer stops making payments on the car, what's one of the first challenges of repossession? That's right, finding the car. Okay, so it's a whole lot easier now because you got a GPS unit on it. So they stop making payments on the car. What do? You go to your computer, you plug in the GPS code, goes up to the satellite, comes down and says, hey, the car's at Costco right now. Sweet. You get down to Costco with your spare set of keys, right? Get in the car, boom, fire it up and take off. Buyer comes out of Costco with a shopping cart full of ice cream for the party this weekend. Bummer, dude. Your car's been repossessed. Okay, now this is not a shock to the buyer. They know they're not making the payments on the car. But here's the funny part. There's a problem. And the problem at this moment, funny enough, is not with the buyer, it's with us, the dealer. So I need to take a moment here to tell you a little bit about yourself that you may not be aware of, and that's this. We're all made up of genes and chromosomes and DNA. I think we learned a little something about that in high school biology, or we were supposed to anyway. But you have a very specific gene. I call it the used car dealer gene, and I know you have it because you're sitting here listening to this video. Everybody else are outside having a nice day, but not you. You're sitting here listening to me drone on because you feel like I got to get a dealer license, so I got to listen to this guy. All right, so I know you got the used car dealer gene, but what you don't know is with every used car dealer gene, there's a subgene that's linked to it, and it's dormant. It never does anything until you get your dealer license, and that gets the used car dealer gene all excited, which gets this other gene going, and this is the stalking gene. You get your car dealer license, and you become a stalker. And you guys were like, okay, this class was strange, the teacher's stranger, and now it just went really bizarre. But it's true. And there's two versions of the used car dealer stalker. There's the bored stalker and the social loser. Bored stalker. It's a rainy Wednesday in February, not much going on at the old car dealership, so you're kind of bored out of your mind. But you remember that guy who came in December? Yeah, with the white jumpsuit and the collar turned up and said, hey, baby, I want to buy a car. Yeah, that weird Elvis impersonator dude. I wonder what a weird Elvis dude does on a rainy Wednesday in February. Awesome. Remember, we financed him. We got a GPS unit on his car. Let's see what Elvis is doing. So we go to the computer, we plug in the codes, boom, boom, up the satellite comes down. Hey, check it out. Elvis is at the strip club. Woohoo, look where Elvis is going now. Whoa, wonder if Elvis's wife knows where he's at right now. Okay, we can follow anybody. We got the power. We got a GPS unit. Okay, it's called a little invasion of privacy, though. We're not supposed to do that, but we can. And here's the other version of the used car dealer stalker, social loser. That's me. It's Friday night, date night. I never have a date on Friday night. But the girl who came by 2 weeks ago, bought the Mazda Miata, man, I wonder where she is tonight. We financed her, yes! I go to the computer, I plug in the code, goes up the satellite, comes down. She's at the club. I'm at the club. Hey, it's your used car friend. Next day, she's at the beach. I'm at the beach. Woohoo, car buddy. Next day, she's at Safeway. I'm at Safeway. Hey, you and me, we should get together, cook dinner or something, something. Yeah, creepy stalking used car dealers. That's what we become. And you're like, dude, I'm not going to do that. Actually, you are. Me too. That's how I met my wife. Shh, don't tell her. She thinks it's magic. It kind of wasn't. But anyway, the bottom line is, no, this was a serious problem. How serious? They wrote this law to stop dealers from doing this, okay? So lots of dealers are doing this. So apparently we all have this in us. So here's the new law. You can still put a GPS unit on your car if you're doing buy here, pay here. But you got to use the version of the contract that will state on it to the buyer, hey, the dealer's put a GPS unit on your car that they can use to track you in the event of a default. Or you're going to buy the software kit that does the same thing. So the buyer's going to know right up front in the contract that you got a GPS unit on there, and you can never turn it on until the buyer defaults, and then you have to contact them and give them an additional 10-day warning saying, if I don't get my money within the next 10 days, I can begin the process of repossession, which would mean start this unit and start tracking the car. All right, so yes, you can still use GPS, but it's a lot more regulated. All right, so let's scroll down now a little bit further here, and you're going to go another page or so, and you'll get to Assembly Bill 1534 summary. So it's another Assembly Bill here. And it says, buy here, pay here dealers must prominently display a label on all used vehicles for sale that states the reasonable market value of that vehicle. Whoa! So if you're doing buy here, pay here, you got to put a sticker on your car that says the reasonable market value of this vehicle is $10,000. Where did you get that number, $10,000? Well, it's got to be from a reasonable market value guide like Kelley Blue Book, NADA, something like that. What other dealers are using to help establish vehicles, find the one with the highest retail price. Put that on your sticker. You don't have to sell it for that. You can sell it for more, you can sell it for less, you can sell it for the same. It's up to you. But you got to put the reasonable market value guide on the vehicle. And this is to help out buy here, pay here buyers who are not very sophisticated about financing. And you can imagine what happens. They come to a dealer and they say, oh, I'll buy that car if you could get my payments under $150 a month or $100 a month or whatever it is. And so the dealer's happy to do that. Oh, of course, they're charging 23% interest and it's an 8-year loan. Oh yeah, that part we didn't tell you. And the car is only going to probably go for another 2 years. So you're going to be paying on it for the next 6. Right? And so what happens is when they read the contract and it says the total price is going to be $18,500, and they go, well, wait a minute, the decal says $10,000, is kind of a little bit of a wake-up call to make them hopefully see that something's not good there for them. So that's why you have to do it. So if you're doing buy here, pay here, put the reasonable market value decal on the vehicle and get that number from a reasonable market value guide like Kelley Blue Book or NADA. All right, that's going to end section 11. So let's head on to section 12.